guys. I don't have a lot more videos to make of Nuka. I've got that couple socialization videos and this off-leash one that I'm gonna do for you. Probably not even gonna do a lot of explanation. You guys know how to use the e-collar. Just gonna kind of go over what numbers I'm using. I've never had her off leash before, so this is the first time I will have been doing all of the basics off leash to test her. So you get to see firsthand how she responds to her first off leash scenario with me. Hey, let's go. I'm just on a 7 right now to start. Waiting for her to sit on her own. She's so cute right now because she's in that phase where her limbs are so much bigger than every other part of her body, so she looks all disproportionate and gangly right now. It's freaking adorable. Good job. Let's go. Good girl. I'm gonna go ahead and let her be free. Practice some recall. Lots of good. She's very, she's very scent oriented. I'm sure you guys know that. So she loves to smell my yard. So I actually turned it down to a 6, so she's been on a 6 the last several times. I've asked something of her. What are you doing? What are you doing, you crazy mom girl? Good. Still on a 6? Nice. I just want to give you guys a quick update. She's doing phenomenal. I think we got all the piss and vinegar out of her. I've been taking her on a mile walk and heel every day. She's doing extraordinary. We've even passed by the pack and some strangers, and she's curious, but I can very, very easily get her out of it. Socially, she's very hyper, but she's doing a pretty good job of choosing me and waiting for permission and all that. Doing great on place. I mean, seriously, she's doing excellent, especially for a puppy. I think that minus the 3 to 5 days when she first comes home and tries to test everything, you're going to be thrilled with where she is right now. Huh? Because you're a delight. Let's go. call, but let her sniff around for a bit in between. Like, we're always trying to find a fine line between allowing them to be curious and explore their environment, because that is how they learn, while at the same time balancing prey and pack drive so that they're not too crazy. You kind of see, she's like, I'm not even doing anything, and she's kind of following me around while she's exploring, which, you know, honestly, that's kind of what we want, right? At the end of the day, most people really want a dog who listens and is calm, but still adventurous and can still explore. So this, like, hey, I can go out on my own, but I'm always kind of aware of where you're at mentality that's what we're trying to achieve. Nuka, come. Girl. Hey, come. She's so sweet. I love her. I love her mushy face. Sweetness. Okay, go ahead. I think you guys are probably blown away to see what this e-collar can do to a dog. You know, like, a lot of people obviously have apprehensions about e-collars, but the way we do it is so communicative and non-punitive that it allows you to exceed your expectations in a dog very quickly. You know, to have this reliable of a dog at 5.5 months is most people's dreams. But this tool is just consistent. It feels the same every time. And it is amazing how quickly that clears up information that a dog might otherwise be confused by, to the point where in a matter of days you can reverse maybe troubles we've been having for a matter of weeks or months or even years in an older dog's case. Nuka, come here, girl. What was that smell? Yeah. Good girl. That's why I love the e-collar so much. Like, you know, she was an absolute shitbird when she first got here. Her fixation was insane. Her ability to withstand leash pressure was, like most labs that I work with, Rio's kind of an exception. After about 2 days of that e-collar, you know, then I kind of go into the like, I'm not real happy with this place. With your level of control mentality, you know, you kind of get that resistant phase, and then you get to like, oh, this is fun, we're communicating and bonding with each other, and I get to go do more things and have more adventurous phase, and then there's like an appreciation for the collar. And that's when you really get to see the benefits. And it's just really neat. I just absolutely love this tool. Huh? Let's go. You want to go ahead? You want to sit and see a dog? The other thing I really like is that, oh, look at this, dogs. Look at your spirit, huh? Look at that tail. go up on my dial. Honestly, I think that, I don't know if there's ever been a board and train, and she might jinx me now that she's getting on a smell over here, but I don't know if I've ever had a board and train not have to go up super high on their first off-leash experience, you know? They really try to test the whole, oh, the leash isn't on me anymore. How high can this thing go? And I shouldn't have done that. What do you think? Nuka! Good job! What an incredible dog! Hey, come here! Sit! Good girl! Let's go! Go ahead! Go ahead! You go potty? Yeah, so obviously I showed some concern at the beginning because, you know, I think that she was kind of showing us that tenacity that she was bred for, you know, to go retrieve and be an independent dog and all that. Tied with the fact that your breeder should not have had her crated in a crate with other dogs. That's not beneficial. So it's kind of like, who do these people think they are? This is getting funny that they think that they can get control over me. And I, not only am I independent and confident, but my siblings told me that we don't really need humans. They're not to be taken seriously. She might say, dogs tell each other that? Absolutely they do. Let's go. You're like, when you get a tool that says, oh, that's consistent and clear, I understand that, and then all of a sudden you see the real spirit of the dog, which is kind of witnessing them work with their own instincts to sniff and explore and run. But then, of course, there's still a huge instinct to be part of a pack. So most dogs are missing that element. Even though they go through, you know, they go on adventures and stuff with their owners, they're not actually ever with them. It's kind of like two people going out hiking, but they're doing their own thing the entire time. You know, that's basically what I see in most cases. So I just love it because you get to see the dog being the dog, but then also the dog being pack oriented and pet like. On top of it. I understand I'm not adding distractions right now, but I don't like to do that on my first off-leash experience. I like to just really make sure those basics are there. You can see the basics are there. Now this would be really hard to accomplish if there's a dog in my yard. She is dog motivated. Let's go. Here. See if I can get her to hear around the yard a little bit. Here. I gotta go down to a 5 now. It seems a little too high to me. Good job, Nuka. You are so good. Sit. Sit. Dan, this one's for you. Come here. Sit. When you pet a dog in a command, and that command is broken from affection, you need to put them back in a sit and try it again. You're sharing too much excitement. So my touch should, hey, here, sit. My touch should only my touch should only amplify whatever it is they're doing. You know, so if I want to induce calm, I need to and maintain a level of obedience and impulse control. I don't want my touch breaking this. Please. So keep that in mind, Dan, because your biggest issue is that you want to share a lot of affection with your dogs and everything. That's an issue, unfortunately, and it is. You just have really good dogs that can handle it more than others, but then this puts you in a category of pack mate and not so much authority. So if you practice, you know, all right, I really want to pet her, but I don't want to ruin the obedience, and I don't want her to kind of lose that seriousness about me. Make sure your affection is continuing to enhance the calm state of mind and the obedience instead of breaking it. And you'll find that doing that, and then it sounds like you also probably need to work on some thresholds, right? Maintaining a calm state of mind and with impulse control through thresholds. I think if you can do that, you have a fine mix of having your cake and eating it too. In other words, if you could work on those things, maintaining them, I think you'll be able to get away with a lot more of that affection and that excitement that you like to share, as long as you're being tedious about these specific things. Oh, the trash truck. Always my pet peeve. I'm just gonna go over one more thing. So if you want to, you know, what I saw you doing with her, like for instance, Jennifer handed her off to you, and instead of waiting for her to calm down, you just went right into physical affection and greetings. You know, if I can encourage you to eliminate that, it will help you. You know, tools are tools, but how a dog feels about you is more important, and that's kind of my goal, right? It's creating new feelings and associations. So I would say Dan, on top of the other, carry on top of the other advice that I've given you with enhancing the calm and maintaining the obedience with affection, I would avoid those exciting, affectionate interactions, and especially with a greeting, like coming home. Eliminate them. Just wait until the dog calms down, and maybe just avoid, like, just quit greeting them in general. And you might say, well, I don't want to do that. And it's like, okay, well, you don't have to. But if you want things to be easier for you and to have them take you a little bit more seriously, what I would suggest is to eliminate those excited greetings, eliminate the exciting affection, enhance the calm, enhance the obedience through affection, and then play with the play. You can add the excited affection. So at least you're building contrast, right? You're playing and you're getting her all worked up, and then you're putting her on place and asking her to calm down. Okay, come here. Nice. Like that. See, so it's like sometimes, you know, my advice is for the dog. It doesn't have anything to do with the human. It's just, this is better for the dog, right? It's not healthy for a dog to be greeted at a high level of excitement. This is how separation anxiety forms and how dogs really kind of lose themselves. So, but we can also modify it so that the human still gets what they want in some context. So there's an example of getting what you want in some context, and then look what it did to her. She's anxious. So it's an example of how something like that makes a dog feel. And this is why we discourage it. You know, a wiggly butt does not indicate happiness. It can indicate enough. It can indicate a variety of feelings. No. That was a boost. Not having it. So you guys have seen minutes and minutes and minutes of really, really good Nuka, and then all of a sudden I do something like that, and look what I've created. This is a great example for you to see why that is not healthy for a dog, why that is for the human entirely, and does not benefit the dog at all. She is anxious. That has made her anxious and pushy. So I'm giving you permission to do it now you're going to do whatever you want, obviously, but I'm giving you permission to do it in this type of a context because at least you can, you know, calm her all the way down from it and, you know, have that off switch for it and utilize it in a scenario where you're actually, it's almost like purposeful play instead of just play, or instead of just excited affection. So that would be my biggest piece of advice. For both of you, but Jennifer doesn't struggle with this nearly as much as you, Dan. And so this is a little bit more for you, and also kind of what I saw at the midweek. The last thing we want is for Nuka or Rio to decide that they'll listen to you 80% of the time, but that's all they can give you. And if that's all they can give you, it's rooted in what I'm talking about right now. If you can enhance calm, enhance obedience through affection with calm affection and not overdoing it, and then do the excited affection in this context, you will notice a huge, huge difference over time. It won't happen overnight. Your dogs are gonna have a lot more respect for you. You gotta get those thresholds down too, though. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed.